So like average people really can't invest in private equity stuff?
While it's not impossible, for example, an average person could take some money and invest in a private company that's run by Joe Blow down the street. But that is an incredible amount of risk. Does Joe Blow know what they're doing? How are they financed? Where are they getting capital? That's a good way to lose money very quickly. A private equity fund, though, generally has a manager that understands whether Joe Blow is good at what they're doing, so they have metrics they can look for in general, not always, not universally, but metrics that they can look for, and in that case maybe help you not make that type of mistake. And by definition, a private equity fund is spreading the risk maybe over dozens or even hundreds of privately run companies.
Okay. Why don't they want people that don't have a lot of money involved in it?
Well, the requirement for a higher net worth is generally an indication of, can that investor sustain the illiquidity over a number of years or a decade or more. So if you have a high income and a high net worth and you allocate 10% of your portfolio, just as an example, to private equity, and you can leave that invested for a decade, you have the wherewithal to meet your capital needs through other investments. But if this is all the money you have and you put it all in private equity and it's tied up for a decade, then you may have no way to have access to that money in an emergency. So it's really about liquidity, it's about resources, it's about the wherewithal to stay invested over a long period of time in an effort to perhaps see better outcomes in those investments. It's not assured. Investing is never a sure thing. Otherwise, they wouldn't call it investing.
If you want to put in all your money and you can't take it out again, why do they care if you go broke because it's all invested in this private company?
Yeah. Well, they might not care, but regulators care. It's an attempt to protect the public from overcommitting capital that cannot remain or may not be able to remain invested for a long period of time. So it's really about investor protection more than just the individual's choice. Again, you can always go down the street and put capital in a singular business that somebody is running and looking for capital, but that is a highly risky approach to investing. My advice is always be prepared to lose every penny in that type of investment. Maybe it works out in the long run, but you should be prepared to lose every penny you've put into an investment like that.